Hey guys, it's Evan, and today's video is going to be all about the morning moon, aka the snow moon, which is November's Esbat. So in this video, I'm going to be covering everything from what type of spells and rituals you can do during this Esbat, what kind of deities are associated and connected to this Esbat, as well as I'm going to have some recipes and crafts linked below in the down bar, so be sure to check that out. So yeah, without further ado, let's just get into it. As usual, you guys know that I'm a listy bitch, so I have everything written down that I want to cover. It looks like a lot, but it's actually, you know me, I get down to the point, down to the nitty-gritty pretty quickly. So the first thing I'm going to answer is, what is an Esbat? Now, an Esbat is different than Sabbats, whereas Sabbats are generally connected to a specific time of year. Esbats happen once a month, so we have 12 Esbats. Esbats are full moon ceremonies, rituals, things of that nature. Speaking of that, during Esbats, traditionally they are more geared towards a god or goddess or several deities. So generally Esbats are usually performed for healing, transformation, as well as strengthening your communication with the deities or gods that you celebrate within your path. Now, another thing that might confuse some of you is there's multiple names for different types of full moons. For example, November's Esbat, the snow moon, it's also called a beaver moon, a fog moon, the morning moon, all kinds of different names and things like that. But specifically during this Esbat, this is a really good Esbat to do personal transformation and growth spells and rituals, as well as spells that are geared towards strengthening your bond in communication with your deities. Again, that also goes with the power flow, you know, spells that are self-respecting, uplifting, positivity, healing spells, whether that be on yourself, other people, or just healing in general, whether that be healing the earth, especially with everything that's been going on with Paris and all that other horrible mass murder. This is a good time to kind of try to heal the earth and give the earth your energy and things like that. Now, some deities that are associated with the morning moon Esbat are Hecate, Kali, Isis, Osiris, Sarasvati. I hope I'm pronouncing this correctly, but Lakshmi, and the Mawau. And those are all deities that are highly geared and celebrated during this time of year for multiple reasons, and those are also deities from all different types of cultures. Now, some animals and birds that are associated with this Esbat are going to be goose, sparrows, owls, and I have one here. I actually got this from a Dollar Tree. Nah, isn't it cute? And you can use these animals, you know, these little figurines, for, you know, focal points during a ritual, or you can be doing a ritual or a spell using an owl feather. I have one here. Some other animals are going to be crocodiles, scorpions, and unicorns. Now, some trees are also going to be involved in this, whether that be with a wand, or if you have a wood focal point or a wood piece that you are celebrating. Traditionally, cypress and alder trees is what you are used in this Esbat specifically. That can be a wand. Excuse you, motorcycle. Anyway, that can be a wand made of this specific material to cast or to close your circle. Some stones are lapis lazuli and topaz. You guys can actually find lapis, and I don't know who this crazy guy is, but you need to pipe down there, sir. But anyway, you guys can actually find lapis lazuli stones actually fairly cheaply in a lot of bins, in little gift shops, things like that. You don't have to have a really, really expensive piece to do a ritual. Now we're going to get into some herbs and some flowers and some scents. And I'm also going to have a little disclaimer saying if you do not have access to some of these herbs, you can also do an essential oil. You know, you can always feel free to substitute items if you have, you know, say something calls for lemon peel and you don't have lemons, you can always use, you know, lemon oil as well. So some flowers are cherry blossom, peppermint, lemon, cedar, hyacinth, chrysanthemum, and blooming cacti. herbs are going to be blessed thistle, borage, grains of paradise, verbena, and batoni. You can also make these into a loose incense by just crushing some of them up, you know, in a mortar and pestle, or a little witchicino is what I like to call it. I think Tiptoe Chick actually calls it the same thing. It's like a little miniature food processor. Grind those all up and you can make a loose incense. Or if you have some mako powder, you can press it and make triangular incense or little incense discs as well. Now the colors are going to be gray and sea green. Traditionally, you can use those as candles, or if you wanted to kind of decorate your altar, you can kind of maybe get like a sea green altar cloth, would be really, really super cute. And also the creatures or deities, or deity-like, I guess I should say, are going to be subterranean fairies, or any kind of fairy folk. They're very, very common this year, and I highly recommend getting some blessed thistle and putting it above your fireplace mantle if you have one, and kind of inviting them in from the cold. It is cold, not all over the world this time of year, but here in the northern hemisphere, we are about to get into winter, so it is pretty chilly. So it's pretty nice to kind of get some blessed thistle and to invite the fairy folk in your home to kind of warm them up for the season. And so now, last but not least, let's talk about some rituals and spells. We already talked about the power flow, but some actual rituals and spells that you can do during this Esbat are thanking your ancestors. You know, in a lot of places all across the globe this time of year, we are giving thanks, you know, to the people in our lives, to our friends, to people who have helped us, and we're also donating to some really, really good causes this time of year. So why not, you know, have a little, you know, like miniature feast with your lost loved ones. Samhain and the Day of the Dead did actually occur a few weeks ago, and that is also a time for celebrating your ancestors and things like that. But no matter what time of year it is, always be thankful for your ancestors, because without them you would not be here. Also, self-rededication spells are huge during Esbats. Huge, huge, huge. Samhain is actually considered the pagan new year, so the Esbat, the snow moon Esbat in November, is a really good time to kind of kick off the new year with, you know, rededicating yourself to the craft, to your deities, or even just to yourself. It's just a really good time for that. Also, spells geared towards personal strength, whether that be you're going through a breakup or, you know, financial woes. You know, do positive spells saying, you know, I can get through this. It's gonna happen. I'm gonna be okay. You know, ask your deities, you know, please guide me. You know, please help me. You know, but you also have to keep in mind when doing any kind of spell or ritual, it's a 50-50. You can ask your deities and the elements and spirit to help you all you want, but if you don't actually help yourself by putting forth, you know, the work, say you're having, you know, financial issues, if you're not putting out job applications, don't expect just, you know, the deities to drop a huge lump sum of money in your lap, because that's really probably, that's not going to happen. So, you know, just respect the deities and respect yourself. So those are the kind of spells you can also do. And also, last but not least, as far as spells are concerned, spells that are all about self-healing. A lot of people are experiencing a lot of loss. You know, I myself right now, my grandfather just turned 92 years old the other day, and, you know, he's not doing well. And I was really upset. I actually had a panic attack. I had to like separate myself because I was, you know, really sad. And that's my father's dad. And for those of you that have been with me here for a while know that my father passed away 2 years ago. So it brought back a lot of really bad memories of seeing my dad like that, you know. So I was just very blessed and thankful that my grandpa is still here, and I am still able to, you know, thank him and appreciate him. I did a little, you know, slight healing when I got home. You know, I lit a candle, I prayed to my ancestors, you know, to kind of guide him and watch over him, things like that. So those kind of spells, any type of healing magic is great for this Esbat. Anyway, that kind of concludes this video for today. Sorry that it's not actually uploaded on the 24th, which is when it was supposed to. November 24th was my grandfather's birthday, as I just mentioned. And I actually did record the video, but for some reason didn't save to my camera roll, so here I am recording it again. But I have no problems at all doing that for you guys. So anyway, I hope you guys liked this video, and don't forget to check the down bar for some crafts and some recipes. Also, for those of you that didn't watch my last video, I did make a Facebook page. It's called That Witch Evan, and I will go ahead and link that down below as well. But until then, I wish you all lots of light, love, and blessings. Thank you all so much for being here and all the positivity and really kind of welcoming me back to YouTube. It's really exciting. So yeah, and also here in the United States, tomorrow is Thanksgiving. So for all of you guys, happy Thanksgiving. And yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Bye.